morning guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the Chasing Sub 60 series. Now I am in the office today, so I need to get a move on. Obviously I've just showed you I was getting ready. We're going to head over to the gym, hit a nice upper body session with Ryan, and I will catch you guys when we get there. Okay, so that is the strength portion of the training session done. I'm going to quickly just do the WOD now, which will be 10 thrusters, 15 cal row and 12 burpees over the rower. Well, I'll probably just do an for space. 3 rounds of that, not AMRAP, time, can't even speak, and let's see how we get on. We have just been to the gym. We got up this morning, we hit an upper strength session and a WOD, which you will have just seen a little montage of to start us off. And then we've come back in. It's an in-office day today, so we're going to be heading over to there shortly, so we're going to need to go and get ready. It's going to be a little bit more on the go, a little bit more movement, hopefully a little bit more interesting. I've also managed to fix the flicker in the lights, so that's a good little setting to know on the camera. We're going to grab some breakfast, standard over oats. Because Beck's a girl, she takes considerably longer than me to get ready. So I have just got her lunch and stuff out for the day. Put her food in the bag, got mine, going to go and get a shower, get ready, head over to the office, and then we'll have a little chat on the way, because there's a few things that I want to talk about. One, in terms of how I'm going to structure this prep and how training looks. The second thing is just to have a little chin wag about Hyrox and stuff, and sort of me getting excited about fitness again. Beck's in a rush and therefore doesn't want to be bothered, but she lives with me and she's not been in the video yet, so I'm going to bother her anyway. So I'm going to come in. How's your session?
Very sweaty.
Was it?
The fans weren't on in the gym, so yeah, 12k on the treadmill and a 15-minute AMRAP of 2k hard effort bike and 750 ski with no aircon and no fan.
Beck's a cardio bunny now. She trains like, I don't know, like a girl. Look at that winter attire, bang, chocolate colours, and a messy dressing room. Adjacent to the Hyrox prep, I'm also in a gain phase from like a strength aspect. So I'm currently 80 and a half kilo, which is a new scale weight max for this gain phase, which started in like June. So we put on about 5.5 kilos, about 5 kilo. This is where we're at currently. Definitely a lot of body fat added to the midsection, same with chest and shoulders, but for the gain that we've had and the pace in which we put it on, it could be worse, to be honest. I don't know why, because I've put stuff like that on Instagram before. However, doing that then has just give a wave of body dysmorphia and or like self-consciousness. Yeah, that's just give me a massive burst of body dysmorphia, which is interesting because that's new. Well, it's not new, you get body dysmorphia all the time, but like, I don't know, the fear of other people seeing me, I suppose. But again, that's life, stuff like that happens. So we're going to jump in the shower, get ready for work, and catch up in the car. Right, I've just set off for work. Current ETA is about 8:52, which is decent because it means I should be able to get in early and log on. And I thought I would jump on and talk about periodization, or the importance of having like seasons in your training. I've had a few conversations lately between, you know, Beck, myself, friends, and then like a few coaching clients that I have about goal setting and how people have a tendency to just do crazy shit. Like, for example, I want to run an ultra and then do a Hyrox immediately after, and then a bodybuilding show immediately after that. When I say immediately after, I mean like 2 weeks apart. I am a big believer that you can do anything. You know, you can run a Hyrox. Anyone can do an ultra if you put the work in and train for it. Anyone can do Athex or any other fitness race and do really well, to be fair. Like, I don't really see any reason as to why anyone, given the correct tools, putting in the correct level of work, can't do really well. So allocate like 12 to 16 weeks, go through a block before you move on to the next thing. So if I was to use myself as an example, and looking at how I've structured this year specifically, which I would say has been my most successful year athletically so far, and then hopefully we can build on that in 2026. I've gone about it in a way that at the beginning of the year, I wanted to lose fat. I'd built a little bit of muscle from last year, because last year I just didn't like the way I looked. And coming into January, I was about 83 kilos and just completely out of shape. I looked like a big pudding, looked like the Michelin Man, his fat cousin. So it was time to go into like a 12-16 week cut, but that tied in nicely with having the block of sub-3 Manchester Marathon. So hitting about 70 to 80k, some of which were intensity, which meant that I was able to continue to eat more and just have a tiny deficit that led to, like, you know, a decent amount of weight loss. Got really quite lean, or leanest at least that I've been recently, and that worked nicely. But going from that to an ultra is a completely different kettle of fish, where you then need to focus on long and slow efforts, injury prevention, making sure that you're not doing too much and start to see cracks in the dam and get yourself injured. You know, you've got to think about just the amount of hours that it requires, the amount of food it takes, how hard it is to recover from. So you're not ever going to be your fastest, strongest and in best shape for an ultra, in my opinion. When you're doing these things, I would say play a long game, split everything up, split your year up. Say, you know what, I'm going to have a Hyrox season, an ultra season, an aesthetic season, and word it like that. Just reframe it in your mind, and I think that'll help a lot. But if you've got any questions on that, drop a comment down below and I can elaborate further. It's only a short clip, just to kind of mention it and raise it, I suppose. Another point that I've got, or thing that I thought I'd mention, is, does anyone else feel really guilty about having free time? Like this weekend, yesterday specifically, I took a full rest day, didn't train, didn't really do anything in terms of productivity other than plan this week and sort of meal prep and stuff. And you feel proper guilty, you know. You sit down, put the telly on, and you just think, what a loser, what a failure I am. Someone else is out there doing 50k right now, or someone else is out there filming 15 videos, and I'm sitting here watching telly like a dickhead. Like, I get that a lot, like really bad. Even like of a weekday, if I've trained in the morning, done a full day at work, come home, if I'm not then doing something that's going to benefit productivity in some way, I will berate myself mentally. So I wonder if anyone else does that. So actually, that can be today's comment. If you do that, drop a comment down below. Oh my god, that sun is absolutely blinding. Look at that. Jesus, that is right in my eyeball. Holy hell. There we go, that's better. So, lunchtime catch up. The weather is horrendous today. It's just really wet. And I failed to anticipate that, and therefore haven't brought a waterproof jacket. So where typically I would go for a walk, I'm not able, well I can, but I'm going to be uncomfortable in the office sitting in a soaking wet t-shirt, so I'm not going to do that. So instead I've come to Tesco. I needed to grab some fuel, so I've done that. I've just grabbed a Lucozade Zero, pink lemonade. Now, these are one of, in my opinion, the best soft drinks you can get. I don't know why, I just think they're fantastic. I tend to go through waves with things, mate, where I'm like, I am obsessed with the task that I've been given at hand. So a lot of the time that will look like I will be obsessed with achieving the goal of sub 3, or, you know, running 100 miles like I have been this year. But now that that's tipped back over to Hyrox, I'm finding myself getting so excited around the idea of fitness racing. Today, the RP on the workout was so much lower than last week as well, which was good, because last week the doubts were creeping in big time. Last week I was really thinking to myself, like, can I do this? Is this something that is achievable, or a pipe dream? Because I genuinely wasn't sure. But it's starting to feel a little bit better this week. I'm hoping that the intervals go well tomorrow, because they did not at all last week. And yeah, just looking forward to seeing how things progress, really looking forward to seeing how things progress. So I'm gonna head back to the office, get some work done like I get paid to do, like the professional I am, and then I'll head back home and start study for the evening. Do you know what else I'm really liking at the minute? Is audiobooks, but like novels. I've always thought they were a bit of a waste of time, because like, why would you want to listen to a story and not like something that you're learning from? Because I like learning stuff. But I'm really liking the Jack Reacher audiobooks. This is the third one I think I'm on now. It's called Tripwire. It's good, you know. It's really good. It's like it goes a lot deeper than the show does. So some of them are on Spotify. I think the first one's on Spotify for free if you have that. But I definitely recommend giving them a go, because they are really good. It's the cover if you want to give it a go. So yeah, catch up with you soon. Just finished work. We are now on the way home. It was a busy day. Like, I'm finding at the minute with work where you're literally just full throttle from the second you get in, but you leave and you're just knackered. Like, I'm on my way home now. I'm gonna go home and start studying for my next AT level 4 exam. You just ghost, you just don't even want to speak. You just got to keep ticking over, keep giving it everything you've got, keep trying to be better in every aspect of life. Like, just everything's very full on. And that's okay, I suppose. That's how life's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be easy, sunshine and rainbows the whole time. It's supposed to be challenging, it's supposed to be difficult to achieve the things you want. If it wasn't, then there'd be no point achieving them. Like, I'm one of those people, me, where I think like something is valuable on the basis that it's difficult. So the idea of eudaimonia and difficulty for difficulty's sake. That was quick, change of plan. I've just realised I need to go and do the food shop. Least favourite job by a mile. I don't know if this is a man thing, but I hate the food shop. Even though it takes 2 minutes, it's the same every time. I hate it. We just come home. Just got back to be welcomed by the boy. Brian and whinging. Haven't we? Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, chicken and tomato pasta for me tonight with a little bit of broccoli. Yeah, Beck's cooking the tea. I am going to take my stuff upstairs and pack, start getting things ready for study. We'll come down, we'll eat, and then I will run through the training plan like I said I was. Come on then. One in, one out.
Call me a chef.
Chef. Oh, there
Angela.
Angela.
Angela
Oh, God.
Lawson.
That's slightly
Mary
Lawson.
Berry, she's a...
No, she's baking, isn't she?
She's baker. I'm a good baker as well.
Nigella Choma, give us your best microwave.
What's that?
You ever seen the clip of Nigella?
You want me to say microwave?
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
We're going to pop it in the microwave.
I'm just going to pop it in the microwave.
Yeah, that one, yeah. Audible one. I have come upstairs and I thought it'd be good to run through the programme, how I structure a programme, what it's going to look like and what you can expect over the next sort of block and as we run through this series. Now everyone programs differently. It's important to know that whatever works for you, so it doesn't need to be structured in the way that I do mine. But if you are interested in performance programming, you can message me on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram there. And then, yeah, drop me a follow, message me. We'll sort it out. Anyway, the first block, this 4-week block, which is obviously started last week and rolling into this week and the next 2 weeks, is called an acclimatization phase. Personally, I like things to be repeatable. So I like staple workouts that I can do every week so that I can track the progression on that, whether that be weight lifted, whether that be the time that an AMRAP takes. This first 4-week block is designed to essentially just get me used to fitness again, which sounds crazy to say, but get used to the movements, take me through some more Hyrox specific work, start pulling me away from slow, controlled bodybuilding movements into some more brute force work, some lower rep ranges, some higher outputs, higher intensities. So here's one I made earlier. I personally use Google Sheets for all of my programming. I just find it easy and customizable. So if you want, you can pause that and have a quick glance at what that looks like currently. The current structure will be one main compound lift, followed by a number of accessories, and then finish with a WOD typically. From a strength perspective, it's 4 days a week. So after the acclimatization phase, we'll then go through what will essentially be like a build phase where the volume picks up a lot more. The Hyrox specific work, that fitness work, increases from like 15 to 20 minutes up to like 30, 40 minutes, 3 times a week, with one designated full hour to an hour and a half of like sweat basically. Then after that will be a 4-week peak, which will basically be maximal intensity, max sport specificity. So, you know, a lot of the Hyrox movements in this, 2 or 3 hour to an hour and a half Hyrox specific work a week, and then like a 2-week taper, which will basically just flush the legs out, moving on to the race. Again, some people prefer novelty. They want different workouts, different structures, different exercises every week because it keeps the brain switched on. But if you can tap into that discipline a little bit more, have those same workouts and not be afraid to do the boring stuff and do the boring stuff well, I personally found that yields better results. Here's another thing you can comment on. If you've got any recommendations for paneling for the wall, decorative plants or like foliage, and that can be fake. Ideas on whether to leg these curtains off, because I think get rid of these. But Beck thinks they need to stay, but I think they'd be better gone. And then some decorative pieces, like somewhere I can put my books, because currently I've just got all of my sports science books on the floor next to my boxing boots, which is not optimal. So yeah, any recommendations for storage, bookshelves, get rid of the curtains, foliage, and general rustic, suave office vibes? Comment below. Because I need help. I'm not very stylish. I must admit, it's not my strength. But yeah.
People just mentioned above, okay? So they might spot some issues for us, okay? Now what will then happen is that will be...
So study is done for the evening. It's currently 7:45. We are going to go and start getting ready for bed. Chill out for a little bit before we switch off ahead of intervals tomorrow, which is going to be a tough session. Yeah, I'm going to round the video out here. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, if you got this far, comment framework, because why not? See if we can get some interaction. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.